What's up, guys, and welcome to the Crypto Chat. I am your host, Crypto Bob, and joining me, my co-host, Crypto Jimmy, and we will be bringing you the latest analysis on crypto. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.
Welcome, guys, to the Crypto Chat. This is not financial advice, just pure thoughts of reality and maybe some comedy. Let's talk about Trump potentially banning Bitcoin. Now, this headline comes from Tom Lee. He's been featured on CNBC Money. And his thoughts, he's afraid that Trump may ban Bitcoin. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It really depends. If Trump actually does ban Bitcoin, that means that Bitcoin is a huge threat to the dollar. And I think that it's going to be scarce and it's going to be hard to obtain. And, the price is going to shoot up sky high. And I think people are going to be rushing as quickly as possible to actually buy it. And not only in the United States, but probably around the world as well, because they'll probably think that other countries are going to ban it as well. So in my opinion, if Trump does actually enforce a ban on Bitcoin, that could actually be a good thing and not a bad thing. But in my opinion on the reality of the situation, I don't see Trump banning Bitcoin. I think that's just a nice headline, that they like to throw out. And, some people, they may have these particular thoughts. And sure, anything is possible. But in my opinion, these are just empty thoughts, empty opinions, just some person having a brain fart. That's the way I see it. To ban Bitcoin, one, would be impossible because the only way to ban it would be to actually shut off the internet. And I don't see that happening. How are you going to ban people from, sending Bitcoin, overseas or exchanging goods in person? It's just impossible because it's a decentralized currency, and I don't see that happening. Now, going from decentralized to centralized, we're going to talk about Bitcoin versus Libra. Now, what is the difference, as far as we know, between Bitcoin and Libra? Well, one, Bitcoin, as I just said, is decentralized, and Libra is centralized. That's as easy as it comes, right? So Libra being created by Facebook, they were summoned to Congress, and they were supposed to testify on what Libra is and how it's going to be utilized and who can actually use it or not. If, for example, one question was if somebody's banned from using Facebook, will they also be banned from using Libra? And, the question was answered with, well, we don't know. Well, how can they not know if they're the ones that are creating the coin? They should have figured out all the details, ahead of time. But as you can see, these are all just games. These are all just distractions. Now, whether Libra is going to come into fruition is another thing. We don't really know. Obviously, Facebook knows. and the Congress knows. In my opinion, both of them do. And whether it's going to come online or not, you know, is anyone's best guess out in the public. But during that congregation of Facebook execs and Congress people, Congress actually put Bitcoin into good light, and that's really positive information that Bitcoin is actually being recognized as a legitimate currency, or as some people say, store of value. And references to Coinbase were mentioned. So I mean, yet again, if the Congress is actually familiar, and that's what it seems to be, they're familiar with Bitcoin and altcoins, and the ways that you can buy it in the U.S. through Coinbase. Do you really think for a minute that Trump is going to ban Bitcoin? Now, yet again, there are people that do not have a lot of logic. They don't have a lot of brains. They just read the headline and they just succumb to the emotions. Well, the headline said that, this is what it's going to be. I can also make up a headline, and I will also tell you what it's going to be, or what it is, or whatever the hell you want. I can also come up with that crap, So if you want to be a little boy or a little girl and just believe everything you read, then, you would have sold out of Bitcoin, when they announced that Libra was going to be potentially banned by Congress. And, then they go in there and, they ask them questions, and it's all professional. And then Congress actually praises Bitcoin. They can no longer ignore it. They cannot block it. You know what I mean? And the price shoots up almost $1,000. We are at 10.5K or above, and we were at 9,700 the day before. So yet again, I mean, just be a good boy, be a good girl, and listen to everything that they tell you. And, just sell everything. Yet again, obviously, and I know, and everybody should know that obviously this is not financial advice. But, do some research, read a little bit, watch some YouTube videos, do your homework and see how Bitcoin has been progressing and how it's tied to the economic structure. And by the way, so is gold and silver and, hard assets. Why is gold going up? Why is silver going up? I mean, really, really do some research, understand. Watch some YouTube videos of people who actually know about the economic issues that we're actually having. And it's not only in the United States, it's also the entire world is having a lot of issues. Now, moving on to the next topic, we're going to talk about Peter Schiff. As you recall, our last video with Ricky Bobby and me, Jimmy, I said that I heard that Peter Schiff in secret actually has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and maybe some other coins. And what do we find out? Yeah, somebody sent him some Bitcoin, and he's gonna hodl it, and now he's coming out. He wants to do debates, and he wants people to convince him. And I said that he should just go to the toilet and flush everything down the pipe. because, it's all, in my opinion, yet again, I don't know for a fact, and I'm not trying to disrespect Peter Schiff, but I think, it's all bullshit, it's baloney. So, you want to believe him that he needs to be convinced that Bitcoin is the thing. Come on, stop. He's not a dumb guy. He's made a fortune as far as I understand in gold or God knows whatever else that he's been doing. And yet again, I have no clue what he's been doing, but he does understand that Bitcoin is the future. Okay. And a lot of people understand that they're just trying to sway you, from actually investing into it. Now, yet again, everything is up to you. Do you want to invest into it? Do you not want to invest into it? That's your choice. We don't know what's going to happen from one day to another. But things are progressing really fast as far as the news go, as far as like what Congress thinks of it. And Facebook now wants to create a coin. JP Morgan Chase wants to create a coin. Next thing you know, Tone-based parents will be creating a coin. So everything is okay, everything is good. But, understand that, these prices are not going to always be cheap. And if you think that prices at 10.5K are expensive, you have another thing coming. That's just my opinion. No financial advice. We're going to wrap it up with tonight's pricing. So Bitcoin as of right now is 10,400. Moving on to Bitcoin Cash at 305. Moving on to Ethereum 220. Zcash at 97. Litecoin at 97. Zcash at 75, and the most hated coin of all, Ripple, at 31 cents. Now, guys, I really appreciate you listening to my little podcast rant. So subscribe, like, and tune back. I'll have something for you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.